Okay, let's get right into it. Today's explainer is about a true high-stakes medical emergency where literally every single second counts. We're talking about extreme heat. Now, heat isn't just uncomfortable, it can be incredibly deadly. Today, we're going to unpack exactly what happens when the human body is pushed way past its thermal limits, and more importantly, how you can step in and potentially save a life.
So I want to start off by throwing a question your way because it directly challenges a dangerous misconception that is just way too common. When you hear the words heat stroke, what actually pops into your head? Do you just picture someone who really hasn't had enough water to drink? Is heat stroke basically just severe dehydration?
No, absolutely not. I want to completely shatter that myth right off the bat to grab your attention here. Because look, if you treat heat stroke like it's simply a matter of needing a glass of water, you're going to lose precious time, and honestly, the consequences can be fatal.
To really get this, we need to look at what a heat stroke actually is. It's the most severe form of heat-related illness. It is a complete thermoregulatory failure. What does that mean in plain English? It means your body's internal air conditioning system has entirely shut down. It's crashed. This leads to a core body temperature of 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit or even higher. And crucially, it comes with central nervous system dysfunction. We're talking delirium, seizures, or even slipping into a coma. It is not just a need for water. It is a total system override.
So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, beyond just being hot. Second, recognizing a heat stroke. Third, the rapid cooling protocol. Fourth, crucial life-saving warnings. And fifth, preventing heat-related illness.
All right, Section 1. Beyond just being hot. The body's breaking point.
When you're out in extreme environmental heat, it puts this massive heat load on your body. Whether that's from a brutal superhuman heat wave or maybe from intense physical exertion like working or exercising in the blazing sun, the heat gain simply begins to outpace your body's ability to lose heat. Your natural defenses are completely overwhelmed.
Let's actually step through this dangerous cascade because it's basically a domino effect. Step 1, heat gain exceeds heat loss. Normally, we cool down by sweating and our blood vessels dilating. But in Step 2, that system breaks. Sweating either fails entirely, which is something we see in classic heat stroke, or it just becomes totally insufficient. That triggers Step 3, cellular injury and a massive inflammatory response. And finally, Step 4 is multi-organ damage. This inflammatory surge relentlessly attacks the body, severely damaging vital organs like your brain, your liver, and your kidneys. Muscle tissue actually starts to break down. So again, this is a severe physiological breakdown, not just a parched throat.
Moving on to Section 2, recognizing a heat stroke, spotting the emergency.
Okay, I need you to drill this exact number into your memory. 40 degrees Celsius, which is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. If someone's core body temperature hits or crosses that line, they are officially in the danger zone for heat stroke.
But let's be real, you might not have a thermometer handy out in the real world, right? So here are the physical signs to watch out for. Obviously, there's the high temperature, and you might notice a really fast heart rate or low blood pressure. You'll definitely see hot skin. Now, that skin might be completely bone dry, but keep in mind, it can actually still be sweaty if the person was heavily exerting themselves. But listen closely, I want to heavily emphasize the most critical early warning sign here: altered mental status. If someone in the heat suddenly gets super confused, agitated, delirious, or if they pass out and have a seizure, that is a massive red flag. Their brain is quite literally overheating.
Section 3. The rapid cooling protocol. First aid drill. This is where you come in. I'm going to walk you through this step-by-step protocol with extreme urgency, and order absolutely matters here. Step 1. Immediately get the victim out of direct sunlight and into the shade or a cool room. Step 2. Take off any heavy or extra clothing. Step 3 is the big one. Initiate rapid active cooling. If you have cold water immersion available, use it. If not, use heavily wet sheets and start fanning them aggressively. And Step 4. Do not wait around. Call emergency services right now. Get them on the phone while you are actively cooling the person.
Now, if you happen to have ice packs, you need to know exactly where to put them. You can't just toss them anywhere. You want to target the neck, the armpits, and the groin. You might be wondering why those specific spots. Well, it's because those are areas with massive, high-flow blood vessels located super close to the surface of the skin. Applying ice packs there basically acts as a rapid, highly efficient blood cooling system for their entire body.
Next up, Section 4, crucial life-saving warnings, what not to do.
It's just as important to know what you shouldn't do, right? Let's contrast these. We know we need aggressive external cooling. Ice packs, cold water immersion,
wet sheets with fanning. But whatever you do, do not give them fever-reducing meds like paracetamol or ibuprofen. They just flat out don't work for this because heat stroke is an environmental failure. It's not a standard fever. Don't give them alcohol or caffeine either. And this is a big one. Do not force fluids into someone's mouth if they are unconscious, confused, or vomiting. They could easily choke or aspirate liquid into their lungs. Only give small sips of cool water if the person is fully awake and clear-headed.
Take a look at this quote. Cooling must start immediately. Do not wait for hospital. I literally cannot stress that enough. The hospital will use IV fluids and intensive care to lower that core temp, sure. But your fast action right there on the scene is the vital, temporary bridge that keeps them alive long enough to actually make it to the hospital.
Finally, Section 5. Preventing heat-related illness. Stay safe.
Of course, the best treatment is preventing the emergency altogether. If you're out in the heat, you have to be proactive. Take frequent rest breaks, hunt down some shady areas, and use water to physically cool your skin down during intense heat. Do not wait until you start feeling dizzy to take a break.
So, here is your everyday prevention checklist for when a heat wave hits. Drink fluids regularly, even if you don't feel super thirsty. But pro tip, skip the massively sugary or ice-cold drinks. Try to avoid outdoor activity during peak heat hours, which is usually between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing. We also really need to keep an eye on high-risk groups. Infants, the elderly, people with chronic illnesses, and outdoor workers. And obviously, never leave a kid in a parked car. Lastly, be super aware of your medications. Things like diuretics, antihistamines, and beta blockers can actually increase your risk by messing with your body's natural cooling and hydration systems.
I want to wrap up this explainer with an incredibly powerful mantra that I want you to remember forever. Cool first. Call rescue immediately. When someone's body completely loses the ability to regulate its own temperature, you essentially become their life support. So I want to leave you with this to chew on. If someone collapsed next to you in the blazing sun right now, confused and burning up, are you prepared to step up, take control, and save a life? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay cool out there, and I'll catch you next time.